Notice anything different? Hello guys, welcome to a bi-weekly that it's been so inconsistent, the bi-weeklies, since like the last month or so, but it's finally going to get back to some consistency. Yeah, that's I guess all I'll say about the inconsistency of the bi-weekly or whatever. I think I stumbled over my words there. This has been a terrible start. Should I redo it?
No.
Why? Rude. Well, anyways, yeah, hello. So you'll notice that my background's a little different. If you're wondering why, well, I take you on a little bit of a tour. Oh, I hit something on my computer. Hold on. So let's give a full tour, shall we? So this is my little corner for work now. I actually got all of my memorabilia and shit on the wall, nicely displayed. That'll be directly behind me when I'm recording stuff. TV, if need be, can turn, of course. So that's kind of a sick little setup. Quick scan of the bedroom. This is about all the room we had downstairs, just as one little section. But if we go this way, ignore that by the way, ignore that, as I point to it and say ignore that, look, we have more room. Look, cookies! Look! That's not ours. More on that later. Hi. Are you wanting to go? I think she wants out. Should I let her out?
Yeah, I can let her out. We can let her explore the house.
Bye-bye.
Just keep it cracked.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Here is all the news area kind of chilling shit we get to have. Look, got a cool little area. There's a Sam right there. And
You got a girlfriend? Is that new?
wow. Wow. As you can see, she's playing Breath of the Wild in our new little like living room area because that's what we got now. There's a cool little scarf display that she set up. Got some cool shit. Like, let's see. Chicago Fire. I mean, they're better, but they're still shit. Edinburgh City, never seen them play. We know them. And game scarves. Fuck yeah. And then a random kitchen area over there, because that's, we don't have a closet. So there's a quick little tour of the new setup that she and I have. We moved up to this area because the way the house would get rented, this was rented out, these two different rooms to two different people, but you can never find anyone that would like agree to have shared space with somebody else that they don't even know, so it never really worked. The cat you saw is actually not our cat, it is one of our roommates named Rob, but she's an adorable cat, Mushu, and we let her roam around, do whatever the fuck she wants. But Sam and I want to get a cat, so we're gonna see how that goes. So I guess that's one of the life updates that I was gonna start this with. Another life update is that I'm going to have a lot of time this summer to work on YouTube videos. That's the good news. The bad news is the reason, and it's because I might have torn my ACL in a soccer game. Yay. So I won't be playing soccer for probably the rest of the summer. And work, I mean, I guess it depends on what the work is. I can do stuff as long as it's not like lifting. At least there's a lot of time for YouTube videos, and what that means is everyone that I've been saying I'm gonna do something with for the longest time. Doodle, we're going to play Gary's Mod. Matt, we're going to play Payday. And Rich, our series is gonna start, and then we're gonna keep Skyping, building bots, and our series is gonna eventually get its videos up. We're gonna work on that. And as I've been saying for many months, I want to create another slot in the schedule to post stuff. I'm not there yet. I want a few more weeks just to see how the month of June goes, and then we might just create a slot for the random games, because there's gonna be some Mario games, there's gonna be Dead by Daylight, there will be Gary's Mod, there will be Payday, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff that could actually fill up that slot. Minecraft too. A couple people have actually asked for Minecraft, and that series kind of died for a little bit because it wasn't doing so well, but I have one more video already ready to post for that, and I'm gonna do more. So that's all that. Speaking of what I'm going to do, why don't we talk about what I've got done? I'm looking at my computer right now, and I did a few videos recently. The cup is complete. The cup is finally done. The last episode took a little bit of time because I had to set up a couple other things for it, but I think you're gonna like it. And then I got a few more videos done. Robot Wars Reborn, I'm only on 23. BattleBots Reborn's at 48. I just finished 48 today. And for both of those series, there's a lot of ideas running through my head. There's a lot of bots built ready to go. So it'll take less time to get a few more videos of those series out. And everything else I gotta catch up on. I gotta film a lot of fights for Dream Matches and both the rematches series. Speaking of what is done and what isn't, there's not a lot of Robot Wars rematches done. I have your suggestions still. I just gotta, film the fights and make the videos. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday will be the debut of the series that I've mentioned with BattleBots Boy. It is BattleBots Reborn versus BattleBots Boy, and we'll explain everything there. So that'll debut in, I guess, about 10 days, 9 days, however long it is, whatever. So that was the first main part of this bi-weekly. Now let me get out the paper for the second bit. Because last week was, in the BattleBots Reborn Cup, Stinger versus Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor winning that fight, of course, and a lot of you were very pissed off. Like, very, very pissed off. I figured I would give you guys a quick run-through of why the decision was what it was. So, that was actually the first fight we filmed, of course, because it was in the top left of the bracket. So Stinger and Witch Doctor, I was Stinger, and Sam was Witch Doctor. This decision, as I explained to a couple of you guys in the comments, it caused a pretty big debate between her and I over who actually won. I being, like, obviously, we both thought we won because of, hey, I was controlling this bot, he kicked ass, so I should have won. But beside that, each of us had a good case for why our bot won. Me being Stinger, having about, for the first 90 seconds of the fight, thrown Witch Doctor around on multiple occasions, big rams into the wall, big flips, just a lot of different shit happened. And then, of course, right about halfway through was the turning point after getting another lift in, losing one of the antennas for Stinger. And that's where the turning point was. I think it was about 1:35 left. And so one antenna became two antennas, which then became half the wedge and a wheel. So Witch Doctor did very well to make it a tough decision. Now, a lot of you guys, I think, were just generally pissed off that Witch Doctor won, and then some were pissed off with the actual score. So what I have here is the numbers, the scoring that we did, because she and I couldn't decide it on our own, so we brought Cole in and we showed him the full fight. We each pleaded our case, our side of the argument, and then we went through each category. We had 5 points in each. We gave the numbers, just like it was in the Comedy Central days of the show. So, it was 29-16 Witch Doctor. First up was damage, which, like, even when a bot gets flipped, like if Witch Doctor gets flipped and the blade hits the ground and you see the red points, yeah, that is damage. But when you look at it, there was no way it was going to be close in Witch Doctor, or in Stinger's favor. So that was 12-3 Witch Doctor. We all went 4-1, I'm pretty sure. Aggression and strategy, we've always kind of struggled to differentiate between, because it's like, aggressive, if you're being aggressive, yeah, if you're going at them, you're going to get points, but you don't want it to be reckless either. So they kind of tie in a little bit with each other. Aggression went 8-7 Stinger, and that was probably my doing, because obviously Stinger was relentless for the first minute and a half, and even after losing a bunch of parts, kept up the aggression. It was a little more even, I think, in the second half, but it went 8-7 Stinger. So at that point, it's 19-11 Witch Doctor. And then it's strategy, which strategy is a difficult one, because the way I tell Sam, the way we told Cole was, it's got to be a combination of A, did the bot have a clear strategy and did they attempt to do it? And then the second half is, was it successful? Looking at Stingers, it was get under Witch Doctor, flip, and just keep ramming into him and just make it difficult. And that was the case for the first half of the fight. Then parts were getting lost, so the strategy kind of, like, maybe then it should have been, okay, let's back up a little bit, let's take our time. And that is my fault. I could have been a little more patient, but I wasn't. So then what would a Witch Doctor strategy been? Well, it's got to be to take parts off. Get part of the wedge off, chop off a wheel, and even though it wasn't done in, I guess, the way you'd expect, where Witch Doctor, is coming at Stinger, putting him against the ropes, he still got all the damage. It's hard to deny that when there's parts laying all over the all over the floor. So that category was 10-5 Witch Doctor, and that's what sealed a very emphatic victory. You guys were incensed. You all thought Stinger should have won, and quite frankly, I still am a little incensed that Stinger didn't win, and I tried my hardest, believe me. I still look at the fight, and I guess it's hard because we don't really have written rules for the cup, because it's like, yeah, we go off of BattleBots rules besides the active weapon rule, but I mean, we maybe do have to now take a look at the game and consider certain things. And what I mean by that is, like, so Witch Doctor mainly got damage because of just having ram plates. I mean, without the ram plates, the bot's fucked. But having those ram plates, that's supposed to be more of a defensive thing. In this case, it helped him majorly. It gave him a lot of attacking points and a lot of damage. That's what won him the fight. So Season 3 is going to have some changes regarding like a rule for ram plates, I guess, or just some way to change them. And what I mean by that, I mean is we got, so like in this case, Witch Doctor pretty much won the fight because of having ram plates that were supposed to be defensive that became an aggressive thing, and it helped get him damage and points. So somebody said that if I went through the game files, you could actually nerf them a little bit. If that's the case, that's the easy thing to do. We're gonna just try and not make them as an attacking object, but just be defense, be a little bit of extra armor. That's really what I wanted them to be. I didn't think that in this case Witch Doctor was just gonna win it because of that. I mean, I'll save all the discussion for another time, but in this case, just understand that we are aware that this fight was gonna be an issue. I agree with everyone that said Stinger should have won. It's a classic case of like a soccer game when the ref points to the spot for a penalty and you've got 80,000 people in the stadium that don't agree, but the one person that mattered said penalty, and in this case, two people that mattered, Cole and Sam, said that it was Witch Doctor to go through. I hope that helps a little bit with any of the explanation of that. I guess I'm sorry that this happened, but it wouldn't be a BattleBots tournament if there weren't controversial decisions, right? I mean, we had in the real-life BattleBots this last season where it was Nightmare and Beta that caused an issue with the countdown. A lot of people were upset when Beta lost to Tombstone. There was Sawblaze and Razorback, which was kind of bullshit. If you have any more questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll do what I can to answer them, and hopefully that all goes swimmingly. The fifth episode is up as well as this video, so if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and take a look. I hope that you're still enjoying the cup besides this result, and I hope this one result doesn't dampen the rest of it for you. I just don't want that one result to ruin anything. So yeah, I guess that's all for this very unorganized bi-weekly. Hopefully next one will be a little bit more normal, where it'll be like, I don't even know what the topic could be. We'll see. And hopefully there's a lot of new content in this final projects folder that I'm looking at right now. I did this for too long. This is going to be a long-ass video. Please watch it. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot fighting time! In the red square, Mad Mario seems like nothing compared to the anger from this plumber. It's Stinger! In the blue square, if you're gonna dress up in ridiculous outfits to drive a bot around, you better be good. Hoping not to look like a fool, Witch Doctor!